So you want to write a book. Congratulations, it's a great journey. But it can be a tough one too. Making Book, the Writing Code's complete guide to all of the challenges of writing books, reports, theses, and in fact any long work, can save you hundreds of hours. Hi, I'm Charlie Eichner. I'm the author or editor of a dozen books, a number of academic works, plus some trade books on baseball and civil rights. I've also taught at the college level and developed a powerful new system to master all of the challenges of writing. Over the years, I've made about every mistake a book author can make, and now I want to save you from making those same mistakes. I want to flatten your learning curve, teach you what I wish I knew all along, so that you can focus on getting your book just right. This program will show you everything you need to know, all the tricks and maneuvers that will keep you on track, the best way to organize the writing process, how to create compelling scenes and explain complex topics, and how to fit the scenes together, how to check your work, and much, much more. Take a look at this small sample. About 4% of the whole Writing Code tutorial on Making Book, which is part of a package of 8 online tutorials designed for book authors. What about outlines and chapters, I hear you cry? My quick answer? Forget about them. They're more trouble than they're worth, at least at the beginning of the writing process. Traditional outlines project, at the beginning of your research, all the basic ideas and breakdowns of those ideas. These outlines tend to tie your hands. No one can say at the beginning of any process the best structure of a book. The best structure depends on what you have, but you don't know what you have till you get it. Remember the step outline? With a list of all your scenes and summaries, you can easily figure out what order or sequence to structure your book. You figure out where you want to begin and where you want to end and all the steps you have to take to get from one place to another. It's simple and it works. A step outline is a kind of after-the-fact outline. It's an outline that you create only when you know what you want to say and how you want to say it. And it doesn't take the strict hierarchical form of a traditional outline, which has a way of making your work seem rigid. Now, what about chapters? I'll get right to the point on that one. The whole concept of chapters ruins a whole lot of books, so I want you to set it aside. Let me explain. Go to a bookstore and go to any nonfiction section. Pull books off the shelf and look at the table of contents, and what do you see? Most books have 8 to 12 chapters, usually running anywhere from 20 to 30 pages. What's wrong with this picture? This format puts you in a straitjacket. It tells you that everything has to fit into one of those 20 to 30 page chapters, and it just ain't so. I've grown fond of a book format that I first noticed in Truman Capote's In Cold Blood. This is the story of the murder of a Kansas family by 2 drifters in 1959. It's full of compelling scenes and summaries. Sometimes these pieces are short, and sometimes they're long. But here's the deal. If they were all put into 8 to 12 30-page chapters, you'd lose a lot of the impact from the scenes. Capote doesn't use chapters. Instead, he groups several dozen passages into 4 sections. That way, each scene and each summary can stand on its own. His shortest scene is just a couple hundred words, and his longest is about 27 pages. Let's consider his shortest passage, the scene showing the killers Dick and Perry as they arrive at the scene of the murder. Pause the video and take a read. Now, if this scene got put into a bigger chapter, it would get lost. Even if it were at the end, the climax of a chapter, it would lose its punch by getting clustered into a larger chapter. Standard chapters put us in the mentality of thinking in a few big categories. When we think in these general terms, we lose sight of all the little moments and ideas that make a book work. Einstein once said that we need to do things as simply as possible, but no simpler.
When we work in fragments, we don't have the one-size-fits-all problem. We write each fragment as long as we need to make the point, and then we stop. Every moment, every idea gets exactly the time and space that it needs, and no more. Every moment and idea stands out with its own integrity. Nothing gets lost in the middle of a big chapter that's rigged to unify one theme.
Making Book is now available as an online learning program from the Writing Code. Using the powerful Mind Flash platform, Making Book offers everything you need to know to master the process. In addition to the Keystone program, Making Book, you will also master all the core skills of writing with some techniques offered only by the Writing Code that have been tried and tested, techniques that work. You'll learn about creating compelling characters and storylines, how to build great sentences and paragraphs, simple strategies for editing, analyzing complex issues, and, as a special bonus, how to avoid the 7 deadly sins of writing books. It's all available here. The Writing Code works. It taps into your natural powers of storytelling, your imagination, and your ability to make sense of chaos with a 1-2-3 system that you can master in a day or less.